This one is on emotional well-being, and we have the absolute privilege of having not only a rare disease warrior, but a specialist in counseling and therapy with us here today. Her name is Arouba. Hi Arouba, welcome on behalf of
Hi.
ORDI and everyone present here today. We're really going to pick your brain and get into this subject because the lives that we live are complicated and challenging at the best of times. So just a little bit about Aruba. She is a graduate in counseling psychology from Bangalore University. She has about 10 years of experience working across fields, across providing her services up to various stakeholders. She runs her own studio in Gurgaon called Enso Wellness. You can look it up online if you live in the Delhi NCR area. She specializes in hypnotherapy, in CBT, that is cognitive behavioral therapy. She has yoga and physiotherapy and art therapy as well as her studio. At her studio. So for now, I'm going to stop speaking. I'm going to give the floor to Aruba. Please share your screen and let's learn.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. And can we all put on the cameras? Like, I can't see every one of you. Maybe we can just say hi, hello to each other. And then you can switch off the camera if you wish. Is that possible? Wonderful. Now I see Benita also. Good. Very old school. I need to see people. Maybe later on you can switch off your camera, but then I know who am I talking to.
I think this is a great idea. Why do you want me to call out names, or will people kind of volunteer? It's like being back in school again.
It's I know. So yeah, we are going to talk about today mental well-being. During these tough times, well, I would say we people who live with rare diseases or are caretakers, families and friends who live with us, who take care of us, it's always a hard time. It's always COVID-19 for us. Maybe we have to sit at home, wear our mask, take precautions, not able to go out as we please, or something like that. But I know it has put extra pressure on us. It's very, very difficult nowadays. And these thoughts of anxiety, nervousness, a fear has come into us that what is going to happen? How are we going to deal with it? And a lot of people are calling me that my kid is not listening to me, or is scared, or is not doing well now health wise. And I do understand all these things are like very normal, because normal people who do not have any kind of illness, or they don't have any ill person at home, they are going through. So obviously it will happen with us. Now what are we going to do about it? We will go about it in two ways. One, I will show you a couple of slides. I'm not a very much, PPT person, but couple of slides should do. And I will explain you how our mind works. Why do we panic? Why do we worry? What is the, psychology behind all this? And what is the benefit of doing particular exercises, which I'm going to teach you. I'm going to do that. Second, you have any question, any particular question regarding this time, or maybe before, after, whatever, that someone in your family or you are going through a difficult time, thought wise, psychologically wise, I would love to answer if I can, if it is in my capacity. Otherwise, I will love to connect with you later and do that. That's not an issue. Now, I'm going to share here a small PPT. As I said, I'm not a very much PPT person. So here it goes. So it says, we are all different, and so are our minds and thoughts. Now, as I told you, when I started the PPT, when I started talking, I was like, please switch on the cameras so that I know who am I talking to. Now, two things were happening. One, you were looking at me, I was looking at you. Maybe on the blank screens, boxes, but I was looking at you. Maybe in your heads, it was like, if we switch on the camera, or if the camera is on, what she must be thinking about us. Is she checking me out? Is she checking my hair, or my house, or my clothes, or my worried face, or my happy face? Whatever. you were totally thinking that, she is thinking about us. And maybe on this side of screen, I was like, oh my God, are they judging me? Are they seeing how much I know? Or are they saying that, oh, she doesn't look sick? What is going in their mind? That is the normal human capacity. That's how we think. When we look at someone, we always feel that he must be or she must be thinking about us. But in reality, you see, all these minds are here, and someone is fighting an illness where you can see these virus things. Someone is thinking about a graph of a career, professional life, personal life, something like that. And someone is not able to figure out things in life and they're just trying to connect dots. And someone has it sorted, puzzled, solved. And somebody is worried about food, somebody is worried about numbers, somebody is worried about something. Now, you see, everybody has their own thought process. Doesn't matter you are a brother and sister or you are twins, but your still mind works differently. This assumption of how people are looking at us, how they are judging us, how they're thinking about us, what they're thinking about us, is not most of the time true. But we human beings make it about ourselves. Like, I go somewhere just because I'm coughing, I will start thinking that, people must be thinking, okay, she has corona or she has TB or she has something. Maybe in their own mind, they are like, oh, I'm getting late for a meeting. I have had a fight at home. I have constipations. Simple things. But as human tendency, we have this that we keep thinking others might be thinking about me, about judging me, trying me. And that makes our life miserable. That makes it difficult for us. Because we're continuously living with a disease where we think people judge us, people think about us, what others might be thinking. So trust me, with or without illness, you are not the center of the universe. People have lots of things in their lives to do. We just think about it ourselves, thinking that, even in the offices it happens. Bosses have a lot of things to handle, but we think they are thinking about us, they are ignoring us, they are doing this, they are doing that. No, it is not always about you. It can be about them also. So that is my number one. That is my attitude towards life, and I feel that helps my clients too. Now, second is conscious and subconscious mind. Our mind is 100%, and out of that, 90% is subconscious, 10% is conscious. Conscious mind is your rationality. You analyze, you look at things, how we should do it. Maybe you justify, reasoning, everything is in conscious mind. And subconscious mind is from the time when you took your first breath, that was in your mother's womb. From that time until now, you have all the memories, all the perceptions, all the emotions and all the experiences. For example, when we learn riding a cycle, when we learn riding a bike or driving, it becomes a behavior. Now, based on those memories, those experiences and everything, when we say we are the out project of our past, that is true. Maybe sometimes we don't think like that, but it becomes our behavior, how we have lived. So one needs to be very careful what they are doing. That is why mindfulness is very, very important. Now, how is it connected to this today's scenario? Why are you telling this, Arouba? Arouba is telling this because, I believe anxious parents make anxious children. So if you are in COVID-19 and you are anxious about certain things like kids' medicine, how are we going to manage this? Finances are not happening. This is not happening. This child is getting sick, or someone in your family. The child is going to be anxious too, because that is how they see you dealing with it. Now, does it happen only with children? No. It even happens with your elderly people at home. If you are someone who is in your middle age and is taking care of the elderly people, and you are panicking, you are anxious, they also become anxious, because that is what you're reflecting outside. that gives you more chaos. Anyway, things you have to sort out the medicines, you have to sort out the transportation, you have to sort out the work, you have to sort out the relations. Then why panic about it? Why not to take step by step, one step at a time, and go about it? Now we continuously have these fears: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of this, fear of that, a lot of fears. Now I want to tell you, we are born with only two fears, that is falling and loud noise. Elephants, such majestic, beautiful animals. You can't win against them if you are doing it in strength wise. But if you play loud music, they go away. So it is similar with humans. As babies, parents do take care of these things that, hey, be careful. Pressure cooker ka whistle na baje, music zyada fast mat rakho, kid might get damaged. And then falling also, because these are two fears given to us by Almighty to survive in this universe. Now you have to be very, very careful about it. When we say we have fear of small spaces, we have fear of spiders, we have fear of snake, we have fear of failure, we have fear of rejection. Those are all learned fears. So if you have learned something, can you unlearn it? Definitely you can do that. One step at a time, you can conquer it. Now another thing, what is happening in our lives is, can you speak in Hindi? I thought most of you want me to talk in English. I am perfectly all right with Hindi too. आप मुझे बता दें किस में बात करनी है. I can talk in both. I am fluent with both. और अगर कुछ ऐसा हो तो I can do that. Yeah. So these are certain things I wanted to tell you about how हमारा दिमाग कैसे काम करता है. Now, how does actually our mind work? First comes the thought, then comes the feeling, then comes the behavior. What are you trying to say? Now, what am I trying to say is, we are stuck in this COVID-19. What did I use the word? Stuck. Now, when it says stuck, I got a thought that I'm stuck in this COVID-19. The minute I think of stuck, I'm like angry, frustrated. I feel, I don't have freedom. I feel a lot of negative emotions. Now, if I'm feeling angry, frustrated, not being able to do what I want to do you think when I talk to people, I can talk to them nicely? Or I can be productive at work? Or I will just have a normal conversation with people? No. If I'm a outgoing, loud person, what I would do is I would shout at people. I would throw things around. I'll become abusive. I'll become violent. Because I'm not able to take care of the things I generally am used to, distract myself, go out, this and that. Or I will turn to alcohol. Or I'll start smoking more. But now I think, oh, COVID-19 is out there, but I'm choosing to stay home because I want to be healthy. I feel more powerful. I'm like, okay, it is my choice. I am choosing it. The minute you think you are choosing something, you are powerful. The minute you think that, you feel normal, calm, nice. And these are all positive emotions. Now, when you are feeling normal, calm, positive, how are you going to behave? You're going to talk nicely to people. You're going to be productive at your work. You're going to come up with, better plans to handle the situations at your home. You're able to exercise. You're able to take care of yourself. So that is how. Now, can you stop the thoughts? Mm-hmm. Can you replace them? Yes. I'm stuck. And instantly I think, but is it actually I'm stuck? Don't I have choice to go out? I do have a choice to go out. If I want to die, if I want to get infected, I can go out. But do I want that? No. Then what do I want? I want to stay healthy. Now, to stay healthy, what do I need to choose? I need to choose to stay home. So you can always replace the thoughts, whatever thoughts are coming. No, this thought replacement really works very well. And again, I am going to show you another slide. So this one I just explained. This is, we call it wheel of life. Now we all think that in one area, if we are doing well, it's fine. We don't have to work in all the areas of our life. No, that is not true. These are some 10 areas of your life. If you can note them down, if you want to, maybe click a picture, write it down on a paper, and later on, analyze these things for yourself. Finances, the kind of money you have in your control, whether given by your parents or coming from a inheritance, or you make money in your office, the kind of finances you have control on. If you want to spend it, you don't have to ask about it. Second, intimate relationship with yourself. Do you accept, respect, and love yourself? Are you proud of your body and your soul? That is intimate relationship with yourself. Then, do you have intimate relationship with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, anyone? Your partner? Then physical health and body. How is your physical health and body? Oh my God, Arouba, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and you are asking me about my physical health? Yes. अब rheumatoid arthritis के लिए whatever you need, your medicine, your exercises, your lifestyle change, are you doing all that? Are you taking care of yourself physically? Where are you? On 0 to 10 के scale पे आप कहाँ पर है? Spiritual health. If you are born Hindu, you go to temple. Born Muslim, you go to mosque. नहीं, वो नहीं चाहिए मुझे चाहिए कि स्पिरिचुअली मुझे कनेक्शन कैसा है, चाहे मैं पूजा करूँ या नमाज पढ़ूँ, हाउ मच डू आई फील कि मैं सही रास्ते पे चल रही हूँ. कर्मा. देन आता है इमोशनल हेल्थ. मेरा फीलिंग्स कैसा है, हाउ एम आई फीलिंग मेंटली, इमोशनली, एम आई एबल टू एक्सप्रेस इट, क्या मैं एक्सप्रेस कर पाती हूँ, कर पाता हूँ. वेयर एम आई. देन कम्स करियर एंड मिशन. मेरा मिशन क्या है, मेरा करियर का जो मैंने सोचा था कि मुझे ये करना है, मे बी वन स्टेप एट अ टाइम, बट एम आई डूइंग दैट. देन कम्स कंट्रीब्यूशन. अगर मेरे पास है तो क्या मैं सोसाइटी को, फैमिली को, कंट्री को कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ, कि मैं उनमें से एक हूँ जो सड़क पर रैपर फेंक देते, कहते मैं तो टैक्स भर रहा हूँ, लेट गवर्नमेंट टेक केयर ऑफ इट. व्हाट इज इट, आई एम कंट्रीब्यूटिंग. छोटा सा अपने घर से शुरू करें या अपने रिलेटिव से शुरू करें, कहीं पे, बट आई एम कंट्रीब्यूट. डजंट हैव टू बी मनी ऑल द टाइम. इवन विद योर वर्ड्स, आपकी वाणी से भी हो सकता है. Then fun and excitement. Do I have fun and excitement just because I want to have it? Or maybe weekends पे मैं बाहर जाता हूँ या दोस्तों को बुलाता हूँ just because I want to have booze. Then family and friends. How is my relationship with my family and friends? And then consistent growth. क्या मैं grow कर रहा हूँ as a human being? And if I am growing, how am I growing? So these are 10 areas of your life we need to look at. It does not matter here we live with an illness, because उस illness के लिए, for example, मुझे cystic fibrosis है. अगर मुझे cystic fibrosis, तो मुझे क्या चाहिए? मुझे मेरा ट्रीटमेंट चाहिए जो मुझे सुबह 1 से 1.5 घंटा लगता है. मुझे बेटर ऑक्सीजन चाहिए, मुझे लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन चाहिए, मुझे अच्छा डाइट चाहिए, मुझे एक्सरसाइज चाहिए. क्या मैं वो सब कर रही हूँ? अगर मैं वो सब कर रही हूँ, उसके बाद मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं आता है, उसके बाद भी मैं पेन में हूँ, उसके बाद भी मैं खुश नहीं हूँ, तो मेरा क्रिप करने का बनता है. बट अगर मैं ये सब कर ही नहीं रही हूँ, लोगों को थायराइड होता है, लोग बोलते हैं आई एम पुटिंग ऑन वेट, आई एम पुटिंग, बट आर यू टेकिंग मेडिसिन, आर यू एक्सरसाइजिंग, आर यू डूइंग थिंग्स? इफ यू आर डूइंग सम थिंग्स लाइक दैट, then you say if it is not working out. But generally things work out, maybe in a smaller way, but we do have changes in us. So yeah, this is something I wanted to share with you all. Now I am ready to answer your questions. Do you have any questions regarding any sort of mental health questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes, I can.
You can hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. My name is Robin. I always believed that everything starts with a belief.
Hmm.
So beliefs, generate thoughts, and then thoughts evoke emotions, and then feelings, and then it manifests as your behavior. So, don't you think that the belief is what is to be first, is top priority, where we need to deal with things, because the thoughts merely reinforce what we are believing. So the belief is everything. That's where we start from. I mean, I just wanted you to talk about it.
Okay. Even if it is like the belief system we believe in, uski wajah se the thoughts get generated, I understand that is true. But even if you believe in certain, there are a lot of limiting beliefs. Yesterday I was talking to a client and the client told me, oh, I cannot be too happy because if I'm too happy then the sadness will come. That is a rule of the universe. Now that is a limiting belief, that you feel, oh, I should not be happy, I should not celebrate it, otherwise sadness anyway will come sometime at some point of time. So these are limiting beliefs. So if you have a belief, you need to look through it. How is it serving me? Is it serving me right? Is it like, what is the purpose of this belief? Just because my parents, my grandparents believed in something, I am following the same thing. Is that serving me in a right way? You need to ask yourself. And what happens is when we blindly follow something which has been happening, or what I have been doing, my kids do the same thing tomorrow, they don't take the responsibility. We put everything on that. Well, like, we were told like this, we were taught like this is how it has to be done. So you choose. There are two ways of it. I call it triple A. One A is awareness. Second A is acceptance. Third A is action. First, you become aware of your belief system. This is what I believe in. Okay, awareness aa gaya. Now, do I want to accept it? Is it serving me in a good way? Is it good for me? Something might be good for you, might not be good for me, and vice versa. Now you accept it. Okay, I accept it. Now acceptance comes through two things: responsibility and helplessness. Responsibility is like, okay, this is the belief, I accept it, I take the charge about it, I am responsible whatever the outcome is going to come. Simple. Another thing is, I believe it, I accept it because I don't have a choice. That's what my forefathers have been doing, and that is what I am doing. So, what do you want to do? You want to accept something with responsibility or with helplessness? That is up to you. When we think about that, responsibility and helplessness, the thoughts, that is where the thoughts take over. That is when the thoughts is like, you are making your thoughts now. It is not just, I told you, can we put them on mute? Somebody is there. So yeah. So can we stop the thoughts? No, we cannot stop them. Can we replace them? Yes. Reasonably. Put your reason. Sometimes a lot of people tell me, no, sitting in this way gives me more happiness. Okay, maybe it's not for me, but it is for them. So it is their thought. Maybe they have replaced it in such a way that it is up to them. But all I'm saying is, accept with responsibility and not with helplessness. It is anyway going to happen. So why not better we take the charge of that thought? Okay, it is going to cause me harm, but it is my choice. I am choosing it. It's not that somebody is giving it to me. So जब हम belief system, we are only following that. So we try not to take the responsibility. We are like, it has been happening, let it happen.
Nothing you are telling that we need to challenge our beliefs.
Sorry, I didn't hear it.
No, in a nutshell, what you say is that we need to challenge and question our beliefs.
Definitely, why not? Yes, like I come from a Muslim background. People ask me, why don't you offer namaz 5 times a day? Now, because of a medical condition, is it possible for me? No. Now, do I actually believe in that way, that I need to be in a particular way to offer my namaz? No. I am spiritually connected. So you need to ask yourself, But do I take responsibility for my belief in my religion? I do. Kal jo bhi hoga, I am okay with it. So yes. Okay. I guess it is Pavitra's, Shambhavi. It's
Yeah, I've told
Pavitra.
her to mute. I've told her. We have a question on the chat bot from Maheshwari. She asks, "Ma'am, can you suggest us activities that help reduce aggressive behavior? My son is 6 years old. He has MPS type 2."
Okay. Generally, I would give very generalized activities. It is not only for children; it is for elderly people also. But children may jaldi result aata hai because they do it aggressively and we don't do it. So one is, if you if a child is aggressive, you ask the child to rub your hands like this, like this. It What does it do? Like, I just want to give an explanation as well so that you know how it works. One, it takes away the focus from the anger on the body movement. One. Second, there are particular points in our hands where the stress is being released from. So like elderly people press the points, but with children you can't do that, so you can just keep doing like this, so that way you can do that. Second, I guess you should learn and teach meditation. Everyone in a family should know meditation, irrespective of their gender and age. We all should know that. It really helps because one, it calms you down, it gives clarity in your thoughts, and that is like some time you're spending with yourself. Now children or someone, okay, we can't get them sit at one place, so there is musical meditation, there is movement meditation, there is movement where you have to make them look at your hand, and they're just watching it, seeing the movement, how it is going, and that really helps because one, you're calming them down, second, you're improving their concentration. Then another thing, physical workout is very, very important. Doesn't matter if your child lives with a medical condition, they can't move. Find out. Like yes, some time back, I was talking to this mother whose child has a muscular dystrophy, and the child is already can't move much and all that. So I told them, if you have a small bathtub, put the child in the bathtub, teach her to play with the water. Now, what is it doing? It's doing two things. One, the child is enjoying the water. Second, it is giving some movement to the body. The body is getting tired. Aggression is coming out. Children are full of energy, and when children with medical conditions, they can't move around, they can't do much, they get aggressive. So I guess and teach them art therapy. It can be music, it can be painting, it can be clay ke saath, anything. But teach them something which will help them to create that world, imaginatory world for themselves where they are happy. So I guess all these exercises should help. And yeah.
Yeah, I guess this would answer even Shagufta's question about her son who's 12 and has DMD. I have a question. Are some of these therapies available online? Because with COVID and things, it's difficult to, put kids in class and.
I guess yes, all these therapies are online. If you find a therapist, professional, you will definitely find all these sessions online. But one should always go for the mother tongue therapist. What your child understands the first language. What do you speak at home? Because sometimes it just happens people connect with me from south, and then I have to counsel the child who doesn't understand me well. So you should always try to find who can speak your native language, which the child is comfortable or you are comfortable with, so that it seeps in better. Second, all these sessions are online, but make sure you do all these sessions on video connectivity with children. With elderly people, you can still do it on audio calls, but video calling you should have good connection about that. And all these sessions are online. I'm taking so many online sessions nowadays for rare diseases and regular people. It is going well. I don't think so. I closed my studio. You were talking about my studio. I closed my studio for 1.5 years. I announced it. I said we are going online. Everything is going to be online now. and I'm quite comfortable working out from my room, and I'm seeing the results also. It is helping people. It is not that the clients I'm seeing, they are not getting benefited. They are also getting benefited. Maybe it's एक session ज़्यादा लगता है, but it gets like you are safe. Yeah. How to I have multiple sclerosis? How to handle uncertainty in health? Has anything happened to us anytime? Okay, I do understand. We do have medical conditions and we don't know what is going to happen. Mind is like mind. Nowadays, some people, normal people, regular people, they have this health anxiety. What if I get COVID-19? What if I get this coronavirus infection and all? So I will tell you who are more anxious about it. People who know somewhere they have not taken the precaution they were asked to take. That is the first thing. Why? Because you can lie to yourself, you can lie to whole world, and you can lie standing in front of the mirror. But deep down, your mind knows very well what is happening. What have you done? Have you touched someone on the way? Have you not washed your hands? Did you do something? Did you go out when it was not required? And your mind is then in doubt. And if you are in doubt, all these anxieties are going to come definitely. So please follow all WHO guidelines and just make sure if it is not important to go out, don't go out. Second thing, people who have medical conditions. Now, what are they anxious about? Can I reach to the hospital on time? Do I have medicines on time? Will I get medicines on time? How about maybe sometimes we need to get cash and sometimes we don't have finances or something like that. Can we do anything about it? Yes. But can we change the situation out there? No. So what are we supposed to do? Take a pen and paper, write down what do you need. If I fall sick, I need to have an ambulance number. I need to have a hospital address. I need to have connectivity with a friend or a family member. Now, okay, it is all in my head. I know what to do. But when you get sick, you panic. You're worried about other things. So why not to put these things beforehand on the paper, put it somewhere nicely so that things are easier that time. You don't have to go through the phone diary to find the phone number. Or everything is there. So when you do that, and if you're in pain, you will not be anxious, you will not panic, because now you know somewhere there's a certainty. Keep good relationship with your doctor. Last time also I was doing this program, and I'm very a big fan of this thing. Keeping good relationship with the doctor for people like us is very, very important, so that the doctor remembers us. And when we call them on phone, they know who is calling. So how are we going to do that? Before COVID times, it was easier still. Like you could go take a book for your doctor, or take a plant for your doctor, take a coffee for your doctor. Doctor, all day you have been working. I had my appointment with you, so I brought you this. So they register you, they remember you. But how can I do that nowadays? Just give a call someday like that, just like that, to the doctor. How are you doing? I was just thinking about it and I was giving call to my loved one. So I just thought of giving you a call too. Now, okay, I can't do that. Drop him a message. Just normally, just thought of asking, how are you doing? So just so that your doctor registers you. They know. And when you are in need, they can look after you well. I have made good rapport with my doctors. And during these COVID times, it really came handy to me, because they sent me vaccination home. They checked on me. They do all these things. So it's very important. Then you have to do all these things. Now, still, I am anxious. I don't know what is going to happen. So are you taking care of yourself? I understand you have MS, but are you still regularly exercising? Are you taking medication? Are you meditating? Are you staying connected with people? Are you finding out the options? What can be done post this? Agar cheeze normal ho jati hai, am I in position to get back to boom? So I guess, when we plan all these things, our mind has its certainty and surety, and things get better for us. And fear करने से वैसे कुछ भी नहीं होगा, बीमार तो हम होंगे ही. So better we prepare for it. Thank you, Ji. Do we have any other question?
Not so far, but can you talk a little bit about routine and how every day what can you do every day to build on emotional resilience or focus a little bit on well-being each day?
We generally, as children, we are taught how to talk to people, how to dress up, how to get good grades, how to go to school. Everything we are talked about, but we are never told or taught about how are you feeling, how you should talk your emotions out. So I guess one thing is very, very important, that we need to talk. We just don't need to blabber things, but we really need to talk. How are we feeling? How are we going to handle this? Now my child comes to me, says that somebody pushed me in the school. तो मेरा सबसे पहले response क्या निकलता है? What did you do? No, we can just simply ask the child, okay, how did you feel about it? What do you think? How did he feel about it? Why did he do that? What made you think like this? Something like this, so that people, children or ourselves, we put our feelings in words outside, so that another person understands. One, so talking is very, very important when it comes to emotional resilience. Second, I would say it's very, very important to take care of yourself. Now, I take bath, I wear good clothes, I go for a manicure, pedicure. No, that is when you say taking care of yourself, mentally taking care of yourself. Are you doing what you like to do? Are you expressing the way you like to do? When you do such things, actually what happens is we become so people pleasing. We are pleasing everyone outside. I want to become a good daughter. I want to become a good sister. I want to become a good father. I want to become good for everyone else. And in the process, we forget what I want to become for myself, what gives me happiness. So that is a problem then. That is where you are suppressing everything. And a point comes when you are so angry on everyone. You're like, I gave my whole life to you. I mean, did I ask you to give your whole life to me? No, you were the one who were pleasing me. You were giving me. And sometimes even people do ask you to give me your whole life, but that time ask yourself, what am I getting out of it? So it's very, very important that you really take care of yourself, your emotional need. I would say journaling really helps. Now you don't have to have a fancy journal and such thing. You simply have to take a notebook, pen and paper, just write down what you feel. And if you do that on a routine basis before you go to bed, take out all the garbage from your mind. सारा trash जो पूरा दिन जमा हुआ है. I felt jealous, I felt angry, I felt this and that. How could that person talk to me like? Take it out of your mind. Out of your mind on the paper really does magic. Why do I ask people to write? Don't type it. People have started typing. When we are trained as therapists, we are taught two things. One, reading the handwriting. Like through handwriting, we get to know the personality of a person to some extent. And two, dream analysis. And it's very funny when we ask people that you might have a dream, just remember the dream, tell me the dream, we talk about it, and they're like, oh yeah, my sister was very worried and I had a dream about it, then I called her and she was very worried. I'm like, no, your dreams are about you, not about someone else. What is happening in their life, that is not. Maybe what is happening in their life, you are worried because of that worry. It is showing that worry. One, but second, nowadays people don't write. When we ask them to write and send to us, I see always होने के मक्खियाँ मारना, मक्खियाँ मारी होती उन्होंने पेपर पे. I don't even get to read it, and I'm like, okay, what is this written? Oh, I have very bad handwriting, but I can type it and send it to you. So yeah, these two chances of for us have gone out. But writing is a very, very good exercise because it connects your left brain with your right brain. Left brain is always about logic, reason, justification, and other so many things. So when you are writing, you are actually engaging your rational brain so that your right side, which is about intuition, emotions, feelings, that gets breather. और जब वो अलग अलग हो जाता है, you are able to think through. So that is why writing is very important. Meditation, as I said, meditation is very, very important. Second, talking out your feelings to someone who really understands you also not. Like I talked about in the beginning, talking, talk out, tell, explain, or maybe express, but talking out your emotions to someone who understands you, can be a family member, can be a friend, can be a professional, is very important again. So please do that if possible. So I guess all these things are very, very important. And recently we have seen these suicidal cases happening around. People are dying of suicide. So are you saying that they are weak? No, they are not weak. It's just that impulsive, that moment. It can be influence of your pain. It can be influence of alcohol. It is just that one moment which makes you leave everything and you kill yourself. But then I say that is not a solution. So yeah, I guess we have a question.
Yeah. One, at times it's so much to do and it becomes so messed up because you don't understand how to prioritize.
Big fan, big diameter. Actually, she must have seen that you are right. Yeah, please. You're mute.
You're on mute. Could you please unmute? Oh.
Yeah. Now can I ask you?
Yes.
Now can I?
Yes.
For physical injuries, we have a lot of first aid kit. So what kind of a first aid kit would you recommend for emotional issues?
Well, that is what I say. Just first of all, talk it out. Talk it out, whatever it is happening. But talking out, Haj, I was having a session with a 27-year-old guy, and I was asking him, so how did you feel about it? He was telling me, हाँ उन्होंने मुझे बताया फिर ऐसे हुआ. I'm like, no, how did you feel about it? So he did not know how to speak out the feelings. So I guess that is very important to talk it out. That is the emotional, first aid. I can say talk it out. Don't assume people are going to understand you. We have made this assumption in relationships or even at office that he was supposed to understand that. How could he not see from my face? Just I guess few days back, 2-3 days back, I was doing a session with Rotary Club Kolkata. There was this guy who had a continuous smile on his face. Now, for a second, I thought he is not serious about the session. He is giving me a smile, continuous smile. But I chose to ask before I judge him. I chose to ask. I was like, so what is making you to smile? And he said, ma'am, my face is like this. I would have thought a lot of things in my head if I would have not expressed it. It is better to express, to ask rather than assuming. I guess that is the first thing we should do. Express it. Talk it out. Don't assume another person like, I am sad, Shambhavi knows me for a long time. She should understand it. No. Talk it out. That how am I feeling about it? What is bothering me? What is happening inside my head? What do you think about it? If that matters. I guess that should be. And I guess emotional issues don't happen. Not guess. I think, and I know it. Emotional issues don't happen overnight. It's suppression, and there's boom. Then you're like, you have all the issues: anxiety, stress, depression, low self-esteem issues, confidence issues, overthinking. But it has been there for a long, long time. So first thing, if you know how to express it, talk it out, not let that garbage become a huge, huge trash bag over there. So that is going to help us.
What do you say about the freedom technique and self-affirmations and self-hypnosis and all these things, which are very simple to learn?
I'm a trained hypnotherapist, to be honest, but I still don't do self-hypnosis. It is not something one should do, but there are lots of techniques. What might work for me might not work for you. I guess we did a EFT workshop from our studio. We had some 11 or 12 participants. Out of that, 6 or 7 gave me very positive feedback. It is helping them. I guess it is then different things help different people. You should try it out. There is nothing wrong in that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. So there was a question on
prioritization.
prioritizing.
Yeah.
I guess, we have a workshop on this. We call it goal setting workshop, where we help people understand that what is the priority and how to prioritize things. But I always tell people, make small goals. You don't have to go for 3 years में क्या करना है मुझे और 5 years में क्या करना है. If you have an issue with prioritizing things, make small goals that by the end of the day I should have been done with these things. Number one. Number two, if you have an issue with prioritizing, that means you're overthinking. Now, why are you overthinking? Because you are letting other people sit in your head, other people's opinions, thoughts, what do they think, how do they think, everything. You are letting other people's problem become your problems, which you should not do. You should see what is important to you. I sit before I start my day, I write down everything and then I prioritize ki kab kya karna chahiye mujhe, what should I do first. So it is very important to prioritize things, but when you are overthinking a lot, that might not be possible. I have a technique to stop overthinking, but it will not work if you don't take care of other things. So overthinking happens at the base of the brain, that is here, base of the head. Okay, there is a gland which releases the hormones and everything, and you are like this over there. So if you are someone who's continuously worried about something and the thoughts are going on, you're overthinking about it continuously, just tap there. 1, 2, 3. It stops for a minute or maybe 30 seconds. It will take the focus off. 1, 2, 3 and bring it here. 1, 2, 3 and bring it here. You are actually यहाँ से फोकस हटा के आप सामने फोकस ला रहे हैं. दिस इज कॉन्शियसनेस. दिस इज वेयर आप दूसरी लैंग्वेज में कह सकते हैं थर्ड आई है, कुछ आई है, बट इट इज एक्चुअली कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. फ्रंटल लोब है ब्रेन का, तो इट इज अबाउट दैट. सो आई गेस दैट शुड हेल्प. प्लस मेडिटेशन, physical workout is very, very important. When we physically are active and we do the workout, a routine workout करते हैं, there are these particular hormones, endorphins, happy hormones. These hormones are released. You feel fresh. You have more oxygen in your body. More oxygen means freshness, thoughts, good sleep, good hunger. So yeah, that helps a lot with overthinking also. So plus I call it a distraction sheet. Take a pen and paper. You are confused about what to do first. Thoughts are going on. Write down those thoughts on that paper. Every time you're doing something, there is a thought happening. Just write down, put it there. Put it out there on the paper. So out on the paper, out of your mind, and you can focus on something which is important. Okay, then I hope I answered your question. Anuba. Okay. Then there is a question from Maheshwari. How to improve cognitive skills, madam, for 6-year kid? I guess that you should work with your therapist, whosoever is seeing this child. But apart from that, I guess it is better to, drawing, writing with your hand, puzzles. There are lots of cognitive skill games. You should try those. That really helps a lot. And teach the child the meditation from the beginning. I regularly do meditate. I have a question. Will you recommend us going for past life regression so that we can correct our mental state? Is this technique has anything to do with present mental state? So, I as I said, I'm a trained hypnotherapist, but I'm not big fan of past life regression because let's sort out this life. We have a lot of things going on in this life we need to sort out. Where our behavior is coming from. And when you are working with a hypnotherapist, they take you in a deep conscious state. We take the client to the deep conscious state. Now, in that state, if you are going to your past life, that is secondary then. Then maybe you are carrying it from there. But particularly going for past life regression because you want to correct your mental state there so that in the here and now, it is helping you. I'm not a big fan of that. I tell people, let's take you to the deep state, find out. Maybe it is coming from this life or maybe multiple life systems, wherever it is coming from. We will figure that out. But going particularly for a past life regression, I'm not very big fan of that. I feel like present life में sort out करे तो present life अच्छा रहेगा. Yes. Thank you, Anuba. Yes. And yeah, Dr. D. Gopi. So I guess staying mindful is very, very important. When it comes to children, trust me, it is not your words or actions that only can damage your child. I will tell you a small story. So this mentor of mine, he had very, very bad relationship with money. Like money as in he wasn't able to save money, ask for money. He had very, very bad relationship with money. Now, at the age of 35, he was like really troubled. All his siblings or other family members were doing very, very well. And this guy is not doing well financially. And he went to a therapist. He's like, I need a life coaching session. Why is it happening? So they go to the hypnotherapy state, and then this guy, 35-year-old guy, goes to 13 years of age. At the 13 years of age, this guy was traveling with his father. At the airport, father gave him $5 ka bill. Go buy something. It was his first shopping on his own. He goes, he buys a toy, plane. So when they sat back in the plane, and he showed his father asked him, so what did you buy? And he was super enthused, and I got the toy. And his father was reading a book. He looked at him like this and looked back at the book without any expression. He did not utter a single word. And this child felt he did not know how to spend money. He did not know what to do with money. He is not good enough. He is not good decision maker. And it went on with him until when he was making money. So every time he had to spend money, he did not know. And every time he had to ask someone, uske kaam ka money, he used to think, I don't know if my work is good. There was a self-doubt. So it is not your words and your actions. Oh, I did not abuse my child. How can my child have low self-esteem? They don't know what have you done. So we need to be very mindful. How are we talking to someone? How are we looking at someone? How are we judging them? So we need to be very, very mindful with our actions, with our words, with our gestures, with our movements when we are walking around the people. I believe we are not handicapped who live with medical conditions. No. I will be handicapped the day I cannot take my decisions. I can't think right. And trust me, 70 to 80% out there in the world who do not have any medical conditions are handicapped, according to me, because they are so messed up in their thoughts. So don't think just because you have a medical condition, you're living with a medical condition, that medical condition does not define you. It is just a tiny part of you which you have to take care of. Whether it is karma, whether it is genetic, whatever it is. Can you change it? No, you can't change it. Even if there is treatment, we will have to go through lots of side effects. There is no treatment. It is better, I feel, in a way. I don't know, because if I go double lung transplantation, I don't know what other medical conditions I will have then. So I better take care of these damaged lungs and have a normal, regular life until then. So it is up to you what you want to choose. Both cases में जिंदा उतनी ही देर तक रहना है जितनी देर तक ऊपर वाले ने लिखा है. Whether you have Rett syndrome, you have CF, you have allergy, you have anything, if it is not written for you that you have to die, you will not die. So why not to make it easy for you? Why not to ease the pain by accepting your condition? By I believe the day I accepted I have CF and I am going to take care of it, my life became easier. My life became easier. Until then, there was anger. There was a lot of anger. So why me? I shouldn't have been the one. There are people of my age. None of my siblings have it. Why I? Why me? But the minute I accepted, okay, it is there. Now what should I do to take care of it? I need to take my medicines on time. I need to take care of my mental and physical health. And then there are some like, gratitude is so important. I have a medical condition where I'm still able to move on my own. There are people who cannot move on their own. Then there are people who are physically fit, but mentally they have issues. So I am in a better state. So if you compare yourself with someone who is here, you will always be in a miserable position. If you compare with someone who is here and you are in between, you will always be in a good space. So let's do that. I guess let me check if we have any other question. Otherwise, we can conclude. Where are you? Why can't I see you, Shambhavi?
I switched off my camera. Really bad connectivity suddenly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we are done with the questions. Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything last minute that they'd like to say or ask Arouba before we close? Okay, then I would just like to thank Arouba, who is a friend and an inspiration to so many of us. Thank you for telling us that we have agency, that we have some control over the way our lives shape out. The everyday highs and lows, how we handle it. We do have control, which is something that we always feel like we don't, given how random our health is. I really appreciate you taking your time out to put some perspective on mental health and how it's a challenge for their patients and for caregivers, but it's also a challenge for normal people, and we're all just doing the best that we can. So I really, really appreciate you taking your time to go through thought, emotion, action, and how you need to put an effort every single day, little bit, little journaling, little talking, meditation. I really appreciate you giving us your input. If anybody has any questions for Arouba and want to take it up more privately later, please feel free to reach out to us at ORDI. We will connect you to her. But otherwise, till next time, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored, and I really feel great when I connect with you all. It's like a family where I can be myself. I can crib and curse, and I can go wild about it. Okay, I have pain and all, but at the same time, I know there are many out there who are my inspirations, who keep me going. I've known Shambhavi for some time now, and she's really dear to me. I've seen her struggling every day, and she only and only inspires me. So I guess it is mutual. It is important to me as much as it is important to you. And I'm here. You want to connect with me I'm very active on social media. Just be there, because we keep doing a lot of sessions on mental and physical health, especially mental health. So maybe you don't know which program will benefit you. You can choose and watch that one. I keep making a lot of videos on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, so that I can't take so many sessions, but it in some ways do help people. Please take care of yourself. Times are hard, but it is not the time to break down. It is the time to break through.
We have a really good question. I logged in late. Is there a session again soon? I think we should organize one. Definitely on mental health. Someone by the name of Raghavendra. Yeah, no, I think that we definitely need to
have another session.
Yeah, we should. Agreed.
We should, inshallah. Now, you guys take care out there and stay safe, stay healthy. And if you ever need my help, I'm here. So please, thank you so much. Thank you, RTI.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arouba, and all participants.
Yes, thank you.